hard for me to believe that I've got nothing to prove. I thought this dirt on my hands was gonna. So I throw up my hands, praise you again and again. 'Cause all I have is a
Hey everybody. Hey everybody, welcome in. I could sing these songs as I often do, but every song. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hi. So I throw my hands and praise you again and again. 'Cause all that I have is from hallelujah, hallelujah. Gratitude is the name of the song by Brandon Lake. Welcome in, everybody. All right, we're going to start our week out positive. We're going to be in the book of Isaiah tonight. Isaiah 41. For a king. Love you too. So we're going to be in the book of Isaiah tonight. We're going to be in chapter 41 and a little bit of 40. Honestly, let's do 41, 40, 41, 42. It's whatever. We're going to get it all tonight. We're just going to go until I stop. My poem, thank you. Praise you again and again. Love is in hallelujah, hallelujah. So tonight we're going to be in the book of Isaiah. I don't know where I'm really going to be, honestly. I got 3 chapters and I might do a little bit of all of them because I was sitting in the car and I was studying. I was asking God, where did he want me? Because this is a weird atmosphere right now. I don't really know what to place this atmosphere. What would I call this atmosphere? It's just, it's an unknowing, but a knowing, if it makes sense. Like, we don't know what's about to happen, yet we have a sense that something is changing. Nothing bad, but something major is about to break free or break through. I don't really know what, because again, we prophesy in part, we know in part, we preach in part. We all have parts. We can't say I know for sure. All I know is that I know something is happening and something is shifting and something is moving around. it's just this, I don't know what kind of atmosphere this is. But God had me post my marriage license. He's been telling me for the last almost 2 weeks, I've just been disobedient because I'm like, why? And then he said that it's a seal on there, which Brooke brought it up to me when she signed it. And she's like, Glenn, I never seen, in all my years of pastoring, I never seen a seal like yours. And I was like, yeah. And I let it go. And then like, it just came right back to me. And then the dream I had with the seal. And God is saying that he's sealing some things up. Like he's giving you the seal of approval. And a lot of people aren't going to know where you come from, but you're going to have the seal that God has sent you with. You're going to have the I am, like when God told Moses, tell him I am. That's going to be your seal. And I was like, it just ain't, I hate when words don't make sense to me, but I still have to deliver them because I'm just like, I can't really let it go with like confidence, but that's how I know it's not me. I know it's all God. And then, your girl been extra busy. I have my poem release just dropped late last night at midnight. People have been writing me and inboxing me, and I wasn't trying to be rude to anybody, but I have major things happening, and I can't message everybody back, and I don't want to seem mean, but I am trying to be a generational wealth bringer, so I'm trying to throw it all in the bag. I'm just trying to hit every nail and just make it all count. So it's a short chapbook, and I just did what God told me. I was like, God, this isn't enough. And he's like, nope, it's just what needs to be done. Don't add anything else to it. That's it. Let it go. Release it and go. So I was like, all right. I let it go with no confidence in it whatsoever. But I just let God do what he does because God does them so well. So we are going to be in the book of Isaiah tonight. 40. I'm going to start in 40 and end up in probably 42 chapters. Not really sure, but walking into March this year is going to be something mind-blowing for a lot of people. You're not going to walk into March like you did last year, if that makes sense for a lot of people. I wish I had more substance behind just saying, oh, something's going to happen in March. No, I don't. And it's so funny that God had me. He made me release it at 12 o'clock last night. Everything finally went through. The copywriting and everything just went through, and it released at midnight. And God said, remember your word, come Monday morning. And he was like, it released at midnight, Monday morning. I was like, oh, okay, I understand now. Anyway, so tonight I was asking God, where does he want me at? Because I studied for the radio, and that's a whole nother thing I'm going to do tomorrow night. And I was like, do you want me to release it tonight? And he was like, nope, go to Isaiah. So here we are in Isaiah. I know I did a lot of talking to get to where we are, but here we are. So I'm going to read a little bit of 40. Isaiah 40, just verses 3 and I think 5. And then I'm going to come over to 41. It says, comfort, yes, comfort my people, says our God. Speak comfort to Jerusalem and cry out to her, that her warfare is ended, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. The voice of the one crying in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill brought low. The crooked places shall be made straight, and the rough places smooth. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken. The voice said, cry out, and he said, what shall I cry? So I'm going to go back to a little bit that he had me sit with, and he says, the crooked places shall be made straight. I don't know who needs something crooked to be made straight. What are you doing in there? Okay, I don't know who needs something crooked to be made straight, but God is saying, I'm going to take those things that make no sense and I'm going to straighten them out, and you're going to see that I am the Lord. And he had me sit in all of that when he said, I am the voice of the wilderness, when the cries out in the wilderness. It took me back to the word that he gave me about John the Baptist, because John the Baptist was the one crying in the wilderness, paving the way for Jesus. And when he gave me the word about John the Baptist, he said, I heard you were a wild man. And I love that word, because he was like eating honey and wild locusts. I heard you was a wild man. And John the Baptist didn't care what nobody thought about him. He didn't care about the Pharisees or the Sadducees. He didn't care what the people around him were thinking. He just knew that he had a purpose. And God is saying there are some wild men out in the wilderness eating wild honey and locusts, waiting to pave the way for you to get there. They have the context clues to get you to the next dimension. They're out there in the wilderness waiting for you to get it together, because they know that you're a wild man. And I was like, okay, God. He says, the rough place is smooth. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. And I was like, okay, all right. This is for somebody that really don't know who they are just yet. Like, you kind of know that you have a purpose. You kind of know that God is calling you, but you don't really know like which way you should go. You don't know if you're a prophet. You don't know if you're a pastor. You don't know if you're a teacher. You don't know if you're evangelist. You don't know like who you are really yet. You know that you've been having some dreams. You know that, you have some visions. You kind of hear God tell you not to go down that road, so you turn around. You still do something says when you hear things, because you're afraid to attach God to the something says. And God is like, I'm about to smooth all of that out. I'm about to smooth all of that out. You're going to know without a shadow of a doubt that I am God. That I am God. I get so many messages saying, how do I differentiate my voice from God's voice? And I'm like, it will be without a shadow of a doubt. You won't have to wonder if it's you. Furthermore, it will come with confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. Weird confirmations. You can be riding down the road and a billboard will say something. Somebody will text you just something off of the wall. The first video that pops up is going to be the same thing you just heard in your head. I'm talking about the TV show can say it. The commercial can say it. The cat can walk around with it. Whatever it is, without a shadow of a doubt, you will know that God is confirming his word in your life. You don't have to estimate. You don't have to guesstimate. It will be so. Confirmations will come in 2s and 3s, sometimes 4 and 5 until you get it. You don't have to reach out to a pastor. Let me let you in on a secret. There's nothing special about my prayers. I can pray for everyone with no problem, but there's nothing special about my prayers. There's nothing special at all. Nothing. There's no secret that I have. There's nothing that's like, oh, God said it's you. No, there's nothing special about my prayers. I will pray for you. That I will do that. But also you can pray for you, because there's nothing special about my prayers. You can do the same thing I can do. You can tell the same story I can tell. There's nothing special about me that is different from you other than my faith. Now, if you want to bring your faith up to my faith, we can be on the same page. But that's it. There's nothing special about me. Not like that you can't do. Stronger, perhaps, but that's only because I believe. If you just put the belief behind it and we're on the same page, that's it. That's it. There's nothing special about it. I have a platform and I believe in God. But there's nothing that you can't do that I can't do. There's nothing I can do that you can't do. If you believe. If you believe. That's it. He's looking for the belief, the faith. That's it. You ain't got to go to all these people talking about pray for me, pray for me. Pray for yourself. Pray for yourself. God will hear you. You might not get it when you want it, but it's always going to be on time. I get things that I be like, okay, God, whoa. I know you up there, my boy, like, but it still takes time. It still takes time. That's it. Some people like to have comfort in saying, I have my pastor to pray for me, and that's fine too. But also take comfort in knowing that you're just as good as me and you can pray for yourself and it will be so. You don't need nobody. Two or more gathered together, yes, God is in the midst, but you don't need nobody to go to God for you. Go to God for yourself. I want to have people in the ministry that follow me in my congregation that are self-led, that you can go to God yourself. You don't need me. If you want me to stand in agreement with you, bet I got you. But you're going to go to God first. You're going to go to your Bible first. I'm just going to be the after. I'm going to be the razzle dazzle, the sprinkle dinkle on the top. But you already did the legwork. I want you to be self-sufficient and have a relationship with God. It's so easy to put pastors on pedestals when we're not there. We bleed, we fall, we everything just like everybody else. So I want you to make sure that you know that you have that same kind of power. You have the same kind of testimony, some worse than mine. I want you to know that you're special. I want you to know that you can go to God as well. I want you to know that. Now I'm going to get to the rest, but I wanted to stop there, put a hard pause in this and let you know that you can do this too. That you can do this too. Ain't nothing special. It's just faith and obedience and knowing. Isaiah 41. This is where God had me, right? Isaiah 41 verse 4 is where I had it at. It said, who has performed and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. I, the Lord, am first, and with the last I am he. So God had me sit there and he had me write it on the side. It says, I, the Lord, am first. And I said, okay. And then he said, I am the last. God is the first and he is the last, in the beginning and in the end, the Alpha and the Omega. That is who God is. That's what I want you to know. So no matter what happens in this lifetime, God is the Alpha and he's the Omega. He's the beginning and he's the end. It starts with him and it ends with him. It starts with him and it ends with him. And Genesis is the beginning and Revelations is the end. It starts and ends with God, period. So then I'm going to jump down to where it says, jump down to 8. But you, Israel, are my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the descendants of Abraham, my friend, you who I have taken from the ends of the earth and called from its farthest regions, and said to you, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not cast you away. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Behold, all those who were incensed against you shall be ashamed and disgraced. They should be as nothing. And those who strive with you shall perish. You shall seek them and not find them. Those who contended with you, those who war against you, shall be as nothing, as a non-existent thing. For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand, saying to you, fear not, I will help you. Now let me go back to this because something powerful was said in there. He says, they will be as a non-existing thing. Those who went against you, those who contended against you, those who wanted war against you, those who strove against you, those who disgraced you, those who shamed you, they should be as nothing and as a non-existent thing. I would hate to be the one to come up against God's chosen. I would hate to be the one that started strife with one of God's chosen. I would hate to be on the opposite side of those people. I would hate to be one of those because there is a powerful word in there. He said non-existent, as if he's never made you. As if you never was supposed to be here on this earth. God says, I am going to wipe them out as if they never existed. I will put them to shame. I will disgrace them. They shall be nothing. Do you know what it is to have God turn his back on you? The absence of God is the presence of the devil, and baby, he's going to run rampant with them. He's going to run rampant with them. He says they're going to be non-existent. Here's the thing. Before God comes at the enemies, before he comes at the monitoring spirits, before he puts his wrath and vengeance on anything that comes against his children, there's warning. There's always warning. But just like a baby who don't know boundaries and has to touch that hot stove, and now they learn the word hot, hot, there is your enemies. Because warning comes before destruction and pride comes before the fall. And he's already told them. But they're prideful. They're prideful. And they think God can't talk to them and they can do whatever they want to do. Because who are you but a subject to them? Who are you but an employee to them? Who are you but a lover or an ex-lover to them? An ex-friend or whatever. They cyberbully, they gang stalk, they bully at the jobs. They do all of these things. They think it's funny. Like little hyenas in the pack, they laugh. But God says they're not going to be laughing after he makes them non-existent. After the laughter comes and turns into shame. After the laughter becomes disgrace. After the laughter is non-existent. What happens when there's no more laughter? What happens? God is saying, I'm tired. I'm tired of my children coming to me with the same prayer. God, you don't see this. God, can you help me? God, 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 God. He's like, I'm tired of my children coming to me with the same prayer. And I done went to you. And I done told you on behalf of my children to leave my children alone. I done told you to go find something else to do. But yet you keep coming and you keep coming and you keep coming. Time's up. Time's up. I would hate to be on the opposing side of you. I would hate to be one of your enemies. I would hate to be one of the gang stalkers. I would hate to be one of the bad bosses. I would hate to be one of the bad exes. I would hate to be non-existent in your life anymore. I would hate to be that. He says, I will help you, fear not. And your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make you into a new threshing sledge with sharp teeth. You shall thresh the mountains and beat them small, and make the hills like chaff. And your winnows them the wind, and you shall carry them away. And the whirlwind shall scatter them. You shall rejoice in the Lord, and the glory in the Holy One of Israel. The poor and the needy seek water, but there is none. Their tongues fail for thirst. I, the Lord, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. I will open rivers in desolate heights and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness of a pool of water and the dry land spring of water. I will plant in the wilderness the cedars of Arcadia tree, the myrtle and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the cypress tree and the pine and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord has done this, and the Holy One of Israel has created this. He says, the poor and the needy seek water, but there is none. Their tongues fail for thirst. God hears the poor and he hears the needy. See, the things that the city loves to pack away like garbage, all the homeless, all the poor, all the welfare recipients, all the poverty line people, all the impoverished state people, they love to put them like they don't exist. They love to wash them away. Put them in rural areas where they can be forgotten and put a name on it like Village Green, Forest Green, Tree Trail, Cedar Ridge, all these things that have something cute, but they're pushed away and have crime rates that's astronomical. they love to put them away. And if you're homeless, your tent is too distracting to the drivers, because who cares that we can see you begging, because we can see your homelessness, we can see you're poor. Oh no, we can see that we did a systematic failure again. We can see that we failed the people yet again, that the rich is getting richer and their yachts is on every TV commercial, yet the homeless is getting blocked away in cells and cages because they can't afford the rates. People are sleeping in their cars and tiny homes as if they're nothing, while the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. God says, I hear the cries of my people. I hear the cries of my people, sleeping in sheds and decorating a 900 square feet home as if it's something like a mansion because it's all they can settle for. Where mortgage rates are $3,000, but minimum wage is $6.50, $7. And my children can't afford eggs because they're $5 and $8. I hear the cry of my children. I hear the cry of my children. I will not forget you. And woe to everyone that has my children in bondage. Woe to all the yachts, and woe to all the billionaires. Woe to all the millionaires that are turning a blind eye against my children. Don't you know just a drop of your salary can help change the world? What are you storing it for? Because you can't take it with you when you're gone. Don't worry. I will rescue my children. Don't worry. I will rescue my children. I hear the cries of my children. I hear my children crying. I hear them, and I will not forsake them. I will open the rivers in the desert. Water shall gush out like springs in the wilderness. I hear my children crying, and I'm coming. I will not forsake you like they did. I will not abandon you like they did. I will get justice on your behalf. I will rescue you. 25. And he shall come against the princes, as though the mortar, as the potter treads the clay, who has declared from the beginning, that we may know, and the former times, that we may say, he is righteous. Surely there is no one who shows. Surely there is no one who declares. Surely there is no one who hears your words. The first time I said to Zion, look, there they are. And I will give to Jerusalem one who brings good tidings. For I looked, and there was no man. I looked among them, but there was no counselor, who, when I asked of them, could answer one word. Indeed, they are all worthless. Their works are nothing. Their molded images are wind and confusion. Behold, my servant who I uphold, my elect one, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring forth justice to the Gentiles. He will not cry out, nor raise his voice, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed he will not break, a smoking flax he will not quench. He will bring forth justice for truth. He will not fail nor be discouraged till he has established justice in the earth, and the coastline shall wait for his law. Thus says the Lord God, who created heavens and stretched them out, who spread forth the earth and that which comes from it, who gives breath to the people on it, and the spirit to those who walk in it. I, the Lord, have called you in the righteousness, and will uphold your hand. I will keep you and give you a covenant to the people, as a light to the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, those who sit in darkness from the prison house. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory I will not give to another, nor my praise to the carved images. Behold, the former things have come to pass, and a new thing I declare. Before they shall spring forth, I will tell you of them. Sing to the Lord a new song. God is saying that he is bringing one who's going to bring about true justice, who's not going to go back and forth with that rhetoric. They're going to say what needs to be said, and that's going to be it. They're not going to go back and forth with nobody. They're going to say the word, and that's it. Because thus says the Lord. He hears the cries of his people. He hears the oppression. He sees the oppression. He sees the suppression of his people. There is no one out here that is doing the right thing. I don't care what they're clothed in. God is saying, so he has to bring his chosen to free his people. He's bringing up a new people. He's rising up new leaders. All the old has to fade away because no one has done what they're supposed to do. They get into these positions and they get political. They get political. They let a corporation determine what God's kingdom has. They wear these long robes and clothes and draw out prayers like the olden days with the Pharisees and the Sadducees, but they have nothing to them. So God is saying, I'm going to rise up a new people. The ones that are going to obey me. The ones that are going to go in the wilderness and say what needs to be said, and justice will be done according to God. That's all I got for y'all. I can't add no more to it. I want to keep going, but that'll be just my word. God is saying that he's rising up new leaders, and they're going to spring forth overnight. He's saying what you thought that you knew, you don't know at all. He's rising up a new leader, new leaders, because it's going to be multiple. And they're going to be just, and they're going to be true. And they're going to be vicious with their mouths because they're going to say what they need to say for God. And they're going to walk away and don't care what you got to say because God has spoken. God has spoken. There's enough politics. There's enough corporations. God is saying, will you work for me? Will you speak for me? Will you help free my people? The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. The path is narrow. The path is very narrow. You can say you're ready, but are you ready to get persecuted? Are you ready to get ostracized? Are you ready to lose everything to gain God? I'm not going to tell you that it's beautiful. I'm going to tell you that I lost so many friends and family along this walk. I got people that hate me right now because I walk with God. They think I'm uppity because I don't have conversations with them anymore. They think I'm too good for them because I don't gossip anymore with them. I can't sit on the phone and talk about people no more. Instead, I'm going to pray for you because I see things differently. I understand that they might be going through something, so now they're lashing out this way. I understand that hurt people, so no, I can't have that conversation with you because I see the other side of it. So no, I can't surround myself with people like that. I have very few. I have a dot, not even a circle, because I see things differently and I want more out of life. So I don't got time to play with y'all. I want to help get God's people healed. I want to help heal myself and go back and free that little girl. I want to go back and free men and free women and tell you that God loves you. I don't got time to talk about nobody. I ain't got time to laugh at people's jokes. I ain't got time. Man, souls are at risk. I wasted so many years not knowing who I was. So you can talk about me, but just know I'm going to pray for you because you're unhealed. And that's why you take pride and laughter in other people's pain, not knowing that you're supposed to help heal them of that pain. People are mad at me right now in my inbox talking about I can't talk to them. No, I can't. I'm releasing books. I'm trying to get booked and go to places and speak God's word. And I'm trying to get on some talk shows and radio shows. And I'm trying to get out here so I can tell people about God. I ain't got time to sit in your inbox and write you back on something that you can pray for yourself. I ain't got time to play with y'all. I'm trying to get out to the masses. I'm trying to get RVs and do things so I can be productive and conducive with God. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I ain't never done this. I'm trying to write business plans. I ain't never done this. I'm getting it from the bottom. I'm from the projects, bro. I don't know how to do anything that I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And I'm always surprised when it comes to completion because I don't know, but I'm out here. And God is saying, get out here. You're going to look crazy to man, but you're going to look very sane to God. And I ain't got time to play with nobody. I ain't got time to play with nobody. So if you come to play, don't come following me. I'm the wrong pastor to follow, because we about to get healed up and we about to get bossed up. Because I'm trying to make sure we all leave out of 2024 some millionaires, or at least creating some kind of generational wealth for our children and our children's children. Ask me how, I don't know. But we going to figure it out. We going to figure it out, because poverty ain't our portion. It's not our portion. We're divorcing poverty and the mindset that it is. We're divorcing lack. We're divorcing oppression and suppression. I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out along the way like I always do. So anyway, that's what God had me on, and he's rising up new leaders. And I don't know how I'm going to get there. I just put it out on social media and let God do what he do, and that's that. That's all I can do. But all I know is at least I'm trying. And that's what I'm asking of you guys, to at least try. And if we fall, so what? Let's get back up and keep going. We got this. This our season, and we gonna take it by force, not choice. We done did they way. We done played they way. Now it's time to give back what's ours. And we taking back everything that's attached to us. And we ain't leaving no crumbs, because I want the crumbs too. So, that's my message. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I got a long day tomorrow. I got a corporate visit, so I got to get my little self together. And, yeah, man. Yeah. A lot of people are getting scammed out here. I got so many messages, you guys. I'm going to do a separate video tomorrow, but I got so many messages asking, is this you? Is this you? Is this you? No, that's not me. I got one Facebook, one Instagram, one TikTok, one YouTube, one of everything. My Cash App is Pastor Lendaria. My Zelle and my PayPal are connected, which is LendariaWatts4@gmail. I do have another Zelle, which is Lendaria L. Watts LLC @gmail, and then I have a Venmo, which is Lendaria Watts Mobley. But that's all I got. I ain't got no orphanage. I ain't got no charity. I ain't got none of that stuff yet. That is not me. That's them scammers. Please don't get conned out of nothing. These people ain't got nothing else. If you know me, then you know me. You ain't gotta write me, because that's not who I am. I don't ask y'all for nothing. So why would I secretly inbox? Like, come on. Come on. The world already trying to con us. So let's have our spidey senses on when it comes to stuff like that. We ain't got time to play with the devil, because he ain't playing with us. So that's it. That's all. I'm going to come on tomorrow for the radio station. So I don't know what time, but it's going to be sometime tomorrow night. All right, you guys. Love you and have a great night. What's Gabu?
Look for